Hello, everyone, and welcome to round 10 of this DRL season. It is hotting up, is what we can tell you. We are in round 10, as we said, the Belgian Grand Prix at the lovely, the fantastic, the mesmerising Spa-Francorchamps circuit in the heart of Belgium. And we take 20 turns tonight around this lovely Spa-Francorchamps circuit, where of course the Tour de France actually went through just a couple of days ago. So that was a nice little touch from them. But for all you people out there, it is 7,000 metres long. So, very long circuit, the longest on the calendar, in fact, which means we have the fewest number of laps, only 22 tonight. But, big news is, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I guess it's the top two in the championship. That's pretty close. I mean,
they are
7 points.
Ridiculously close, it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Bringing out a pretty damn good lap there. He's even quicker now, so I might have to go on board with him there. But he got a warning on his lap as well, so it's quite clear that he is definitely pushing to the limits. But James, are you back, my friend?
I am back. So after technical difficulties, it's fair to say I'm back. But I think the overall, having checked the latency, is that the right word? No, the connection of the game. There are a few red bars, so it does seem a very laggy sort of session. I'm back in the game, which is always good. And
I think a couple of people are retiring as we speak as well. I'll just
Yeah,
have a look
there's only
down
a
the
couple of
order.
minutes
Cushion has
left.
retired. Factual has retired. He's in a very solid P8 there. Very good job from him.
Yeah.
Sato's retired. Exploding Emerald, who I think actually had a qualifying ban, has retired.
Yes, he
Nanino
has.
retired.
Yep.
Morgs has retired. And USR Kubica is currently on a lap, I think, but is way still down the order. Unfortunately, down in 15th place.
Langman's just coming across the line now. Is this the starter lap? No, he goes P2. Although it did say he was gone fastest, but he's a 10th off of Joe.
I think Joe's lap is a little bit glitchy where he got a warning but was able to get away with it. But Joe now down towards the line. What is he ever going to muster up? It's going to be a 59.2 there. So Joe lighting the timings amazingly at the moment. He's set 3 purple laps. But yeah, Langman was incredibly close there before Joe went and took another 7/10 off his lap. Shamil, yeah, he's on a lap at the moment,
he's gone second. He's gone second in the Williams, so he's 8/10, I'd have said, off of Joe. That is some distance, isn't it? I think Langman has gone to another lap here, so you need to watch out for him. SRL Ninjas as well, not doing a bad job. He's P5. A35 Velocity has had some.
Shamil's binned it! That was a big one from Shamil there, unlucky for him. At the top of Eau Rouge, well, riding on, he just wasn't able to save the car there, and unfortunately for him, he will be no longer able to improve during this qualifying session, but not too sure how long is actually left in the session, but now I'm greeted with the lovely muffled audio.
This is the final run for every driver now. So this is the final lap of this qualifying session, and we will now wait and see as to who goes where in the standings, obviously.
I'm on board with Rampage as he comes through the final couple of corners. Where's he able to go? It's going to be... He improves by 4/10, but unfortunately no positions gained.
Langman
is might be a little bit gusted there.
Now he goes deep. I don't know whether that's going to invalidate his time, but Langman now into the bus stop chicane and goes straight on. So, whoa!
Oh, well, I've just seen a Red Bull fly.
Jesus. Anyway, A35 Velocity is the other man to watch out for. He's 6th in the moment in the Sauber. What can he do as he comes around the final corners? It's a poor qualifying from Langman. That Red Bull is on its roof, which
is very impressive there. But A350 Velocity,
P4, good lap.
I think it is on strict, but I think there are a little bit leeway around Spa, as well as the fact that it is wet, so the game does give you a lot more freedom around it here and there. But let's just go on board. Joe is in the pit lane there. Ninjas is in the pit lane. Those are the only 2 left that we will be greeted by. So therefore, that means we are basically... That is going to be the order there. Joe Pole, Shamil 2nd there in a very strong debut. Qualifying session there. Langman 3rd. A350 Velocity 4th. Cushion 5th. Ninja 6th. All the SRL boys, as we say every week, are right next to each other. They always end up right on top of each other.
Yeah, puts good advertisement for that league, of course, knowing that it's very relatively close. But yeah, as you said, it wasn't a bad session. It was just largely dominant from Joe, to be fair. That pole position, some 8/10 of a second faster than the next car. Really proving his pace, and he needs to this week. This is a big, big, pivotal race in the championship, of course. We're heading into the final couple of rounds of the season. Now, Joe needs to just keep gaining these points over Langman, because we're getting very, very close to the end of the season, where we will go, of course, Derby, hopefully have a title decider. As I've said all season long, I just want to see a title decider between those two, because it has been such a fantastic nip and tuck every single race, and hopefully we see. Oh, there's a. I have no idea what's going on here.
Are you a bit stuck in the game?
Yeah, I'm a bit. Are you?
Well, I'm just stuck watching ninjas, but if I go on board with Joe, then there we are. It was me causing the logjam there. I can only apologise. Unfortunately, my game is a little bit glitchy there, but just give us a rundown quickly through the order.
There you go then. So Joe, as we said, is on pole position from Shamal Heskey, we'll call him. It's third for Langman, fourth for Velocities, fifth for Cushion, sixth for Ninjas, seventh for Rampage, eighth for Factual Impala, ninth for to be caught. It's Sato is 10th, 11th for Alex RS. I need to leave, or else I'm going to go through. Then Exploding Emerald, Nanino, Morganator, and US Alcabitza. Going to 5 red lights. Who will win today? Lights out, and away we go. Finally, the lights went out. There's been a few aggressive movements from the mid-pack there. I think Joe's going to get into turn 1 first. Actually, check it. Look at Heskey's going around the outside, and Langman's round.
Langman and a Renault.
Oh, he spun. Oh, so that's a massive permutation then for this championship so far. And you look in the background, of Ferrari's actually been hit, I think, there. Rampage and a Force India as well. Ninjas was involved as well. My goodness me. If you wanted a championship start, you did not need that. But take a look at Heskey trying to go around the outside, coming into this is turn at number 6, I believe, Lecom, and he's not been able to get the move done on Joe there. So big permutations for this championship. You can quite clearly see Langman not in the top 3, started there, got taken out in the first corner, La Source, and he is. He's going to be absolutely raring now. I can only imagine. That is, with a couple of rounds to go in this championship, you do not need slip-ups like that. And he has had them. But let's just see if Heskey can get onto the back of Joe. Joe's going very sideways through. I believe that is Puon. And he can, looked a little bit into the chicane. Is he going to try and hold the lead here? I think he's going to be able to do it. But let's just wait and see then. So Joe is, as we said, just still leading the race. It's Sato is 5th. My goodness me, he's had a good start. And it's Shamil Heskey. He's just trying to get onto the back of Joe in the Mercedes. And Mercedes need the points this weekend as well. So Factual Impala can score high and score well. And we're in for a.
Is Factual actually in the race now, or was?
Yes, he is.
Has he given up?
He joined Factual Impala, I believe. So, although I can't see him. Joe's made contact.
Shamil and Joe.
Between those two as well.
That was, well, I say too close, but that was a collision is what that was.
Yeah.
They do not be needing that. Bit of an odd attempt from Shamil there, but they're still in the lead, they're still 1-2.
I tell you
but
what.
This could be a brilliant run for him up towards.
Could you imagine if the 2 championship protagonists got taken out this race? My goodness me. That would mean, it would mean for a shock winner. It would mean that. And we haven't seen one of those this season for some time, I would have thought. In fact, ever. I don't think we've ever seen a shock winner. Although Gorch Crab won, and that was his first ever league race win, would you believe? All that time ago. And that was back in Bahrain, so that was a long time ago now. But yeah, Joe just still leading from the front. Williams has kept him honest. In fact, kept him so honest, he tapped the back of him. But look at that top 3. Separated by about a second, I would have said. That is very close indeed between the top 3 cars, although they're only on lap 2. This is a long lap around here, so you need to make the most of when you get an opportunity. And there's a few cars doing well for themselves. Velocity, as I said, P3, Rampage doing well. In P4, it's Sato, it's under pressure from Exploding Emerald in the Red Bull. Langman is trying to close in on his teammate as well. He'll hope his teammate gets out of the way, because at the moment, well, he just needs it. He needs to get back in this fight. But if we go back to the front of the field, we quite clearly see the Williams and the Mercedes are still going at it at the front. So we'll call him Heskey. And in fact, Velocity has got a tremendous run through Stavolo. And can he get him going into Blanchimont? This is going to be a very, very big, bold move. If he can make it work, I don't think he's going to be close enough just yet. But the Sauber
he's nowhere
keeping
near
the
him on
front
my
two
screen
honest.
there, so...
Yeah. I thought he got a pretty good exit through Stavolo, but can really attack. Oh, look at the Williams actually is attacking Joe through the bus stop chicane. Turn 20, he can't get the move done. What about into La Source? In fact, Heskey proving a point, going fastest, and he's going to go up the inside. No, he doesn't. He thinks about it.
DRS now enabled as well. A little bit of touch there, but this, if ever Shamil's going to get a go, it'll be now with DRS.
This is a massive
350
opportunity.
Velocity as well.
As we said, if you take a look at, well, you get a good exit, as I said, in qualifying up Eau Rouge, you've got a massive chance. The speed you can get off Eau Rouge with DRS is an absolute joke. And we know how powerful the slipstream is on this game, and Shamil isn't going to get close enough, is he? Not quite.
No, so, he botched his run off Eau Rouge quite a bit there, which won't have given him a particularly good run. But Langman up to P6, he's overtaken his teammate there, so he's making gains still. And he's far from out of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, of course, these top three scrap away and he's making up positions and he's closing the gap. If that's all possible, Langman's not exactly out of the race, as you said. It is a bit of a weird one on strategy, this one. You can do a one-stop, I believe, but it is a bit tyre consuming.
A soft medium can work fairly decently around. So if you're ridiculously good at tyre wear, you can potentially super soft medium it, but that is a very tall order.
That's probably not unlikely. That's probably, if you're on super softs, you're probably going on a two-stop strategy, probably super softs, soft, or super soft, softs, or whatever. The other way.
Be getting a good run once again. There
here we go
he's
then
closer.
Through Blanchimont. He's going to be very close to the back of Joe, but he's not close enough this time through Blanchimont, and I really want to see a move getting done there. Actually, he's not quite close enough there. The Williams going we know how confident he is in this braking zone. He always seems to close up to Joe quite a bit through 19 and 20, but he's not close enough there. DRS is now enabled. Joe goes fastest of all as well for the record, so that is another notable feat. Let's just see if Heskey or Shamil can get close. This is going to be pretty interesting. What about Langman? Langman's actually got past the Ferrari as well, so he is 5th, the Ferrari. Yeah, done a good job there. Velocity is still 3rd, but how about Heskey versus Joe? The Williams is quite a way off, actually, so Joe may have got a pretty tremendous run.
Yeah, Joe got a very good run at turn 1. I know Shamil actually uses ABS and traction control, which really won't help his run through the first couple of corners there, but Joe has has pulled out a 2/10 gap, and Shamil had the DRS there, so it shows that Joe is really pushing on at this set of soft tyres.
Cushion has retired from the race, so something has happened there to Cushion. If we can ride on board, there's a virtual safety car has been deployed, and Cushion has left the session, so there's been a big incident maybe somewhere.
Everyone who has left racing now will score, well, they'll be in the top 10. I don't know exactly if they'll score a point or not. But everyone left in the session everyone that finishes now will be getting points. So, you know, that's very ideal for them. But Joe and Shamil, definitely not exactly backing out under this VSC.
Yeah, but would these guys pit now? Would that be a wise call? Joe does.
I imagine so. They both got it. If they can time it right, if you can get into the pit lane speed limiter before your delta for 15 seconds, you can actually just completely void it. Obviously, we don't really condone that, but it is definitely a method that they might try to use there. Joe, obviously, on a set of mediums. Shamil, according to Mark, he goes for a set of mediums as well there.
Yeah, Langman's coming to the pits as well then.
Who can nail the VSC. Will A350 Velocity gain a lot from this? He's coming down the pit lane. I doubt he will.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. I don't think he will. No, the VSC has just now ended. As soon as they've come in, it's ended. But Velocity, they will be racing Langman, I think, coming out of the pits. So Langman may have actually jumped Velocity coming out of the pits. So he's on the podium, the championship protagonist. Man, second to Joe in the championship is into 3rd in this race. He's jumped the Sauber in the pits. So brilliant work then from Langman. And he's got himself onto the podium. And now he needs to, well, push like hell, is probably the message. So this isn't over yet, as we've said. 6.9 seconds the gap to the race leader. It is definitely doable here. And let's just wait and see. Joe is, of course, leading this Grand Prix then from Shamil Heskey, and is third for Langman, and he's now coming through this turn 10. This is the hairpin. So yeah, there's not as much gravel as there used to be. There used to be a hell of a lot of gravel on the exit of 10, but there isn't as much now. So yeah, it's all very fun and games. But Shamil, he's actually lost a. No, that was the gap anyway. 2.5 seconds is the gap. So what is the gap between Langman and him? It is about 4 seconds. So it's easily doable. I mean, we've still got 12 laps to go. The gap is actually extended. It's reduced between Langman and the Williams. That has come down significantly. Actually, it's 2.6 seconds. So it's closing in. 8 laps to go. 2.6 seconds. It's doable. To be fair, 6.8 seconds in 8 laps is doable, but not as doable as 2.6. So yeah, this should be fun and games as we head on to the last few laps of this race. Lap 14 of 22, of course. And of course, you can let us know in the chat. You can also let us know on Twitter who you think your drive of the day should be, because I know who I'd put my money on at the moment. He's doing quite a good job, but I won't say any names.
Oh, Nannino ran straight into the back of Kubica there. Sorry to go across you there.
Yeah, that's
Nannino locked up into the bus stop there. They've both now dived into the pit lane there, but a huge. Well, it looked like a big instant. I think there might have been a lag, but yeah, that was very, very odd to say the least. That RTB Cool will make obviously both positions there. But yeah, a bit of an odd one there.
This is for position, these two as well. Yeah.
These two, yeah, are fighting for position in the pit lane here. So this could get interesting. Kubica will stay ahead of him for now. But yeah, he's on the softs. According to mine, Kubica is on the mediums there. But I never know what to believe on this game.
It will be the softs.
He's lagged back an absolute mile there, so no idea what that's
There's no way you can take the soft tyres 14 laps. There's just no chance, I don't think. But also another fight to watch out for is Ninjas versus It's Sato, the Ferrari. He had a pretty good start. He's contact!
I've just got on board with
in the barriers. Yep. So that it's Sato in the Ferrari and Ninjas. He lost it all right. He got all wrong through turn 11, and that's cost him. So there you go.
Ninjas, I would say probably the innocent one there. He might have been able to do a little bit better to try and avoid it, but unlucky for him there. Wrong place at the wrong time, but RTB Cool. Oh, yeah, Ninja's not happy with that one, to say the least. He is now out of the race there. He will be absolutely gutted with that one.
And I think with that, his championship fight is over. So he had a mathematical chance, but he is now definitely out of this championship race. And really unfortunate, because he's done a really good job this season as Ninjas. He's kept very much honest, as I said in the qualifying. He's only, bar 2 races, he's finished on the podium every single race this season. So he's done a really good job when he's come into this league. And yeah, very, very good job from him. There's no safety car out either, so clearly it wasn't that bad an incident. Jesus Christ.
Langman's still closing in on Shamil at the moment. The gap down to 2.2 seconds.
Yeah.
So it is going all right for the pair of them.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely is, isn't it? And let's just see if what is the gap? What did you 2.2? 2.2. There you go, so the gap is closing. That was 2.5 just a lap ago, and he's, okay, 3/10, but every little helps, as we know from the famous supermarket. So let's just see how much closer these two can get to one another. The Williams versus the Red Bull, and Langman really cannot afford to be this far behind. In fact, he's closed 6.1 seconds now, the gap to Joe. So that is pretty
I'm on board with Kubica and Nannino here. Nannino having a look right around the outside, down through the no-named corner. He squeezes Kubica over the curbs there, but right around the outside he goes. Brilliant move.
That's a brilliant move, yeah. And now through Puon, can Kubica get him back in the Renault? He's going to give it a good go, isn't he, Kubica? And he's done this once or twice this season, but Nannino, as we said, staying firm in that house. He's not doing a bad job at all. And let's draw, went a little bit wide on the exit of turn, I believe 15 or 16. And now we're coming in towards Stavalo. He takes a bit more curb than Kubica does, and he's going to lose a bit of time here. And now through Blanchimont, are we going to see a move through Blanchimont? Kubica going one way and then another. Can he get up the inside? Can he go around the outside? He's going to go for the inside into Blanchimont. Will he get him? No, not quite close enough. But what about into the bus stop chicane? Will he get him later on the braking?
Nuninho on the grass, completely misses
gone
out.
Straight on. He's in the barriers.
He's out, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's in the wall. He's got AI. I think he might have raged there, but a bit of an odd one from Nuninho there. Not really too sure what happened. He got a wheel on the grass. Don't know if that might have been a lag on his half, but Langman now is right on the back of Shamil with just over 3 laps left of this race.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, this is going to be very, very tasty, isn't it? And we go we use the word spicy. It's going to be very spicy. Get your popcorn out because this is going to get interesting. Shamil Heskey versus Langman. This is a race for second place in this Grand Prix, and a very, very big. The championship is very much a thing to behold here, and a dark horse. As we've said in the past, if a dark horse gets involved, they really can mess up these guys' championship hopes. We said it was going to be SRL Ninjas, but at the moment it seems it's going to be Shamil Heskey, or Shamil, whatever you want to call him. But look at the run through Eau Rouge from Langman. Can he get a move done on the Williams as we head into Les Combes, down the Kemmel Straight and towards Les Combes? He's not going to get a move into the chicane there. Not close enough is the Red Bull. But he'll keep the Williams honest now through these couple of corners. That is turn 9 and now down towards turn 10, I think we should call it. And not much run-off zone there. If you get it wrong, you get it wrong, and you're in the barriers and you're probably out. So it's a very crucial section to get right that corner. You can't take it too deep either because it can compromise you big time. Now as we head in towards Pouhon, Langman's still just keeping him honest, knows that he's there. He knows that, you know, he's within a second. He can get this move done. It's just all about if and when. And Heskey going a little bit deep there through the chicane and up towards 15. This is 15 now. In fact, 16 is coming up to your now Stavalo, and now can Langman get closer to the Williams? It's going to be close. It's going to be close between these two.
Nuninho now is ahead of Kubica. Kubica's lost his whole front wing now. Unfortunately, we've completely missed that. But I don't know what's gone on there, but either Kubica's bottled it or there's been a separate incident there. But we'll stay on board with Langman and Shamil at the moment because this is a bit more of a fight. But this could really decide the championship, these 3 points.
This is
Langman
very, very
can
crucial.
get them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nino's coming out the pits. Okay, it's interesting. But still, we soldier on. Shamil Heskey versus Langman then for the for the second place here in Belgium. This is a big, big podium as well. It could be for Langman. It's a big, big second place, the biggest he'd have of DRL. I mean, he needs to get this now. He needs to get the move done. 2 laps to go. This is crucial for his championship. And the Red Bull is closing, as we said, ever more on that Williams. Can he get him in towards turn 10? He's not going to get close enough. He's going to think better of it and decides to back out. So yeah, this is still very, very much a action-packed Belgium Grand Prix. It will be now, of course. Anyway, it's been a pretty dead race, but let's just see what Pouhon can achieve. Nothing too drastic there for Langman. He needs to get this move done. He can't go for the cameras. He has to go for the move. He can't take it to the final lap. Just needs to get this move done. You think he knows that, but yeah, he's a very, very honest driver, as we know, and he'll be very annoyed if he doesn't get this. I'd have thought. Let's just see though as he heads through Stavalo. What about his exit? It's okay. I mean, Shamil Heskey's also had a pretty good exit. They're pretty, you could say, level pegging at the moment, but the Williams through Blanchimont is going to hold the place. What about into the bus stop chicane? Langman's getting very, very close, isn't he? Can he dive up the inside? No, he won't. He thinks better of it. He short shifts so badly through the bus stop chicane. Can he get this move done on the Williams in towards La Source? Maybe. Not
he
close
doesn't
enough.
really want to take any risks with it, to be honest. As Shamil is a little bit wide there.
Getting.
He could have easily been spanned by that, but Langman being very, very careful there, and he's got to have a good slipstream down towards Aruj here. He needs to try and slingshot his way through. Shamil runs a bit wide there.
Yeah,
that'll not be what he needs, but he's going to have to go
it?
defensive.
And now Langman's going to be on the attack as we head into Les Combes. Can he get the move done around the outside of the Williams? He's going to be under braking this fight, and Langman's been confident on the brakes all season. He's round the outside of Les Combes. It becomes the inside, which becomes the outside again. Wheel to wheel, the Williams of the Red Bull. And I think, oh, they're still banging wheels. And the Red Bull holds firm. And what about through the turn 10 complex? He's still with his front wing in there, but can't get it done. So that was very, very good.
Shamil holds on just for now, but Langman, the championship, if something happens between these two, the championship could all but be over for him. And he's just got to hope that he can A, try and get past Shamil, and B, just hope that it doesn't all go wrong for him. But this could be one of the tensest final laps Langman might have on F1 2016. One more lap to go. 7 kilometers of racing, and Shamil can only defend as much as possible.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. They're not as close through Blanchimont as we've seen them in the past, but let's just see if the Red Bull can get anywhere near that Williams that has been so strong this race, so strong in qualifying. Now he needs to be so strong against a championship protagonist. So here we go, final lap. Langman is all but needing this second place. He's going to have to last ditch move it, I think. Joe is winning the race, but it's all about who finishes second in this one, and Langman needs a 14-point gap more than he needs a 17-point gap. It's all doable. Let's just see. Langman up Eau Rouge keeps him honest. He needs the DRS. He needs it now. He needs to get all over the back of this Williams, and he needs to make this move because there's not many opportunities now. But Langman in the Red Bull up towards Les Combes.
He's not close enough just yet.
It needs to get him under braking, you feel. This is going to come to the wire in Spa-Francorchamps, and what a race this is going to be on the final lap. It's going to be very, very interesting. I don't think Langman's got it in him at the moment. So, yeah, let's just wait and see.
He's just going to have to try and slingshot it through Blanchimont and go for a last chicane dive, if he dares. But I don't know if either of these two have got penalties. I kind of want to stay on the action, so I don't know if you can check for that.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I checked a couple of laps back and neither of them did. But, you know, under so much pressure, mistakes can be made. But Shamil at the moment is doing everything he possibly can. Joe
just have one warning.
Everyone.
Let's just see. We're coming through the final couple of corners. Look how close Langman is. If he's going to go for a move through Blanchimont, this is going to be absolutely insane as we head through the last couple of corners. Langman needs second more than ever. This is absolutely pivotal in the World Championship. Let's just see. He's not close enough there. Will he go for a move up the inside?
He's too far back. He can't do anything about it. He closes in
getting ever closer
down into the final chicane. Can he go for it? He's actually... yeah, there was a bit... He shouldn't really... He wasn't going to gain that, really. But Joe wins. Shamil second, Langman third there. It was a bit, you know... I don't know, really.
It's
you know, obviously it's come out all right for him, but... Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one there right at the very end. But well done,
now
Shamil,
we go then
on his debut.
Yeah, the final two races of the season. This is a bloody pivotal race, I can tell you that. It would have been. And 17 points, I believe it is now, in the championship. So everything to play for. And it is not over yet.
At least someone new will now have a fastest lap this season as Rampage decides to bring it into the pit lane. Now RTB Cool is in P6 on the final couple of laps. If Langman took Heskey out, would it be horrible? Now I don't really know exactly what you're saying about that, but Shamil is already in, ready for the podium interviews. Langman is here as well, and I'm sure Joe will be in nice and quickly. Make sure you guys have all got your little box ticked, ready for the interview there. Shamil as well, mate. You're giving us a bit of rebound, like I'm used to so much. But on board RTB Cool as he comes through the final couple
P6.
of corners. P6 for him.
What a drive.
He'll be very, very happy with that one.
Ferrari team didn't have a bad race, to be fair. Sato retired a few laps ago, but there you have it. And there
93 seconds
is your
penalties.
Yeah, as bad as me.
Yeah, you managed to get two
Right, there,
10 seconds
there are
in
your
two
results.
corners, from what I gathered.
So there you go. Joe wins the race then from Shamil Heskey, or whatever your name is. Third is Langman. Fourth is Velocity. It's fifth for Rampage. Sixth for RTB Cool. Seventh for Nino. And I think there's a lot of DNFers. So, yeah. Kubica, it's Sato, Ninja's Cushion, Exploding Emerald. Who else have we got? Alex RS 2015. Morganator retired on the first lap of the race. So, I don't know where Joe's gone, because I sort of need to talk to him.
I can't believe
Hopefully
it.
we can get him back in nice and shortly there. But I think, Langman's already kicked this off, so hopefully... I think you should start with Langman, to be honest, James.
Yeah, yeah, Joe's actually here now. Okay, cool. Right, we'll just go straight into Joe, actually. I do apologise. Joe, if you're there, remember to tick your box. And,
Yep.
pretty flawless drive from you there. You led, I believe you led every single lap of that race. So,
Yeah.
how was it?
Probably. I don't know really. Like, it was one of my top favorite races because I just had the pace. Like, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but I was just the quickest overall.
Yeah.
Which felt
obviously.
good for once. I got pole, and I got the race win. Led every lap.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a
No
really
real
good drive.
dramas. Which is
What else
good.
would I want to say to you? Next two rounds of this championship, there will be a championship decided. So, whilst we've got you in this frame of mind, are you going to take the races as they come, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to take it by race. I'm hopefully not gonna focus on the championship and know I have to perform well. I'm gonna take it as if it's like a singular race. Just try my best.
Yeah. Absolutely. This is going to be some exciting crap for this. We'll move on to, congrats Joe. We'll move on to second place man, which was Heskey. If you're there.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Well, nice drive for you there, bud. How's the race for you? I just want to know what it was like from your perspective. I mean, you were very, very close with Langman at the end there, so were you ever nervous in the last couple of laps?
I think it was a great battle throughout the race. Lost a bit of time around lap 10, 11, 12. Nice battle on about lap 20 between me and Langman. He had the pace to catch up, and to be honest, he probably deserved second place with that comeback drive of his. Joe had really good pace. I don't think I could catch him. Ever since he pulled away from the start, I didn't really have much of a chance of pulling up to him and getting in the DRS and overtaking him. I don't know what wings he was running on the straights, but he was just lightning quick. So, yeah, it was a good race from him. I'm happy with second in qualifying and second for my debut race. And I wish Joe and Langman all the best in their battle.
I don't want to say, but are you staying in DRL now? Are you like a full-time driver? I'm not even.
Yeah. From
Okay,
now on,
that's
I'll be
cool then. That's
racing
cool.
with
That's
DRL.
cool. Well, at least we're gonna have another variation on the battle, which is nice to see because you could play a very pivotal role in this championship fight, I think. So let's just wait and see on that one. But we move on to third place, and my driver is
Hello.
Langman.
Hello.
How was that for you? The comeback drive. You got taken out on the first corners.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, some people just need to learn how to drive, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm turning into the corner, and then I just get dive bombed by SRL Cushion.
Yeah, of course.
I just
We're
don't
gonna
get it, and then
investigation into it, and we'll
and
sort
then
it out.
we had Factual leaving before the race, giving me a slipstream glitch. Like, I tested it on the formation that with Joe, and I had no slipstream. So I think that's what stopped me from passing Shimoheski at the end. But it was quite a nice battle, but I just can't believe it. I'm out of this title fight now. I don't think I can win.
It's not over. I wouldn't say it's over. 17 points,
Not
2
over.
rounds to go. It's not over. I can assure you. You've still got a big chance in this. I'm not too sure what Joe's like around the next couple of tracks. I'm not sure what you're like around the next couple of tracks. but it's pivotal. This is pivotal. Joe races with pressure now, I'd have said. And Langwin,
Yeah.
you don't. You are Joe is being chased, you are the chaser. You have any more opportunities, you two. There's no other way of putting it. This is going to be a scrap to the finish. You know, this is going to be brilliant. I hope it is. But also, what was the other thing I was going to ask? Well, yeah, I guess for the two championship protagonists is the next two tracks, I guess I just quoted. But are they beneficial tracks to you? That's the question.
Yep. Abu Dhabi is one of my favourite tracks on the game. It really is one of my strongest tracks, and USA is not far off that either.
Joe?
USA I'm pretty decent at, especially the first sector. Abu Dhabi, I don't think I've ever done that track on this game. Don't ever think I've done it apart from career mode.
Well, there you have it then, guys. Well, of course, you can still continue to let us know on the DRL chat or whatever who you think your driver of the day was. I've told you mine, but this is going to be crucial. Rounds 11 and 12 coming up very, very shortly in at this DRL Championship. 2 weeks and the championship will, of course, be decided. Join us then. The US Grand Prix, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix as well, and all races, of course, live. And join us for this because this is going to be bloody brilliant. So let's just wait and see on that front. Until then, guys, I guess, unless, Matt, you've got any other last words?
I don't think so. Just obviously a very, very close race right at the end. But if you're interested in seeing how the final couple of races do end up finishing, then don't forget to follow the channel for more DRL action.
Yeah, it should be fantastic. Well, until then, guys, thanks for watching. It's been brilliant, and see you next week for the US Grand Prix.